Oh, hey.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so perfect. Why don't we just get right into it?
Sure.
Yeah, so actually just wanted to know exactly a little bit about your business, right? Because just being honest right off the bat, I have not like worked with film coaches yet, right? Like television type of thing. But I have some experiences with coaches in different niches. Right now, I've worked with different coaches and basically it's all about sales funnel. So it's basically about lead generation and cold emails and like newsletters and the warm email side of things, right? Plus like building funnels and running ads.
Okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to know exactly what was your way of thinking, what exactly you wanted, and yeah.
Yeah, so my business is primarily acting coaching to teach the craft of acting, but I also do business coaching. So I have a membership for actors who are a little bit more seasoned. Maybe they're more experienced or already have formal training and they're needing business guidance, whether it's to get representation or to just have more confidence with how they navigate the business. And then the other half of what I do is acting coaching. So I help actors develop their own acting technique. We do scene study, we do exploration, we do things like that. And I can do things as a scene study package or I have a conservatory style package. So I do a little bit of both.
Okay, so like, what about the sales funnel that side of things? Because for me, I was thinking like helping you like build out like a sales funnel where you can get your type of audience, maybe if you're running ads and stuff like that, and funnel them so that you can get more paying coaching clients and stuff like that. But like, what made you interested for sales funnel stuff like that?
Well, of course, I've taken meetings with, a variety of different people who offer these types of things, and I've done Google ads and I've done social media marketing, and at this point, I do get new clients simply from the content and word of mouth and recommendations. And in the past, I have done my own version of trying to do email marketing and things like that, but it's just not my forte. I'm not That's not what I do, right? And I am looking to be able to have a more consistent flow of clients and new clients coming into the business. I have hired more coaches. So I have different coaches who are good for different types of clients. And I need somebody who knows how to generate more leads. And I would say I've had my own way of doing it primarily through cold messaging on Instagram and creating social media content, and then everything else has been word of mouth. But now I'm looking for someone who can actually generate that more frequently because I've been doing it all by myself.
Okay, so is it like using social media? Like, do you want the leads to come from social media, or is like still you want cold leads?
I don't care where they come from as long as they're, quality leads. And that's where I guess I'm kind of curious about how you generate that. Like, where would you find, because again, like you said, so yeah, you don't do a lot of like film and that's fine, but you've worked with coaches, but where are you going to get these types of potential leads? Because actors are a specific niche, I
Yeah,
think.
specific niche. Yeah, I get you where you're coming from, but for me, what I'm doing right now, it's basically like cold emails. So we generate leads using certain apps like platforms, and in there we scrape leads, right? So there's different varieties of niches like film. We get like fashion brands. We get like a whole lot of broad audiences, and in there's a whole lot of type of target audience that you can actually reach out to. And after you scrape these leads, then you use another software. Let me show you a quick example, like
Sure.
from one of my client. Can you actually see the screen?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Hmm.
Okay, so this is one of my clients that I'm working with, and probably we're on instantly right now. So we scraped the leads actually from one of the platform that is called Apollo, and basically what we are doing is like cold emails, right? And we have different varieties of domains, and we're reaching out to all these leads. So we have this is basically like the campaigns. We're reaching out to 500 leads right now. doing different kind of testing and all that, right? So as you can see, like all these are leads, but these leads are specifically in the fashion industry, right? So basically, these are people who are like owning like startups and stuff like that, and probably like they have a startup for their own fashion brand, right? So basically, we're reaching out to them, selling them an AI type of platform that can help them generate more of their designs, right? So it's like helping them go from idea to creation of exactly what they want to design, if it's a clothes or different kind of designs in the fashion brand, right? So that is exactly it. This is
So
like
these are because these are, you're pitching essentially your client who has a new product to
Yeah.
existing businesses. But
Yeah.
how do you, so because it sounds like to me, how everyone's talking about, oh, I don't want to sign up for this, what's it called? Like a subscription because you're going to steal my email and they're going to get all this spam email. So it sounds
Yeah.
like what you're using is a program that does take people's emails from subscriptions or, other ads or signing up for like free trials of things, and what you do is then filter and isolate it by the interest. So, and that's how you would get a qualified lead for a coach, because obviously you're not going to be messaging businesses telling them to hire an acting coach. You'll have to be generating a funnel for individuals. Is that like an accurate assumption that I'm coming to?
Yeah, that is actually accurate. And for this client that I'm actually working with, we're doing two different things at the same time, right? So we're doing cold emails for her, and I'm also doing like warm emails. So basically, we're running ads on the back end, and then those ads we're leading all the leads that might be interested. We're leading them through a funnel, and in this funnel, this basically like a lead magnet where we offer them something for free, or they sign up for something that they might actually be interested in, and then after that, after they sign in, then we reach out to them on the back end, like through emails. Now, this
Right.
email is basically warm. It's exactly what you were saying, right? So we collect the contact information like emails, maybe phone number, the names, and all that, and then we reach out to them on the back end, right? So that is the first thing that we were doing, and this one is the cold email. Now, for her, she did not exactly know which one would work best for her, so I was showing you this one for the cold email in terms of lead generation, just scraping leads if you want to scrape leads, and these people actually don't know you, so we reach out to these people, seeing if they will be interested in exactly what you will be offering. But the other leads that we get them from social media actually. So she's on Facebook, run the ads, they are actually interested, they have seen maybe her face and the brand itself, so they're actually interested in it. So cold and warm, we can actually do both.
Okay. So you're basically running ads on social media, doing like a giveaway or just like an interest piece. And then you're using this other tool where you have access to people's emails who have already subscribed to like a similar industry, I guess you would say. So, and then you're doing a cold outreach that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would that require from me in regards of providing you like the materials and information for what to pitch? And then also I followed up with you about the compensation structure, because the truth is I have hired multiple different people to do this where I was paying them like a straight hourly with a bonus structure, and they produced basically no results. And when I say basically no results, I mean no results, because everything that I ended up getting was still through my own efforts. So that's
Yeah.
why I switched to, I'd really prefer to work with like a commission-based structure to see how it goes and make sure it's a right fit for both of us. Because I do understand that, it's going to be work on your end to create the funnel and start the cold marketing. And like you're saying, what is it? Scrubbing, you said, for scraping for who it makes sense to market to. But as a small business, it has become financially exhausting to like pay people and not have that result. So, I just want to make sure you feel like it makes sense for you as well. And then, we could always kind of revisit the compensation structure down the road, which I'm definitely open to. Like if you're bringing in multiple new clients a month, I like to pay people for the work they're doing, so yeah, I'll stop there.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually okay. I always do this on a performance basis because like most clients are not sure of the results that they're going to get, and it's actually great. I do this on a performance basis. Usually I just do it on, it depends on what the client actually charges, but yeah, we can actually talk about that. But on the other side, what you said about like you have hired a couple of people and they did not actually deliver the results. So I meant to ask like what did these people do, and you did not like specifically what did they do?
So they were meant to be like a marketing sales specialist. So one person I hired, she was doing graphic design and marketing creation to create a consistent and a consistent flow of content that was going out and doing the cold outreach and messaging. And then the other person that I had hired was doing flow. They were saying that they were creating automated flows to generate more. But I think what they were not doing properly is how they were presenting what I offer, and also not understanding how to close with an actor. Because I think that's the hardest part of working with a coach like me, is that you could probably do a great job creating all these flows and like the consistency and all of that. But the thing is, the psychology behind the type of client that's actually going to buy a package, I think, is a little bit different in this niche, because you're working with actors who don't have a lot of expendable income. So, but you also can't tell them there's a guarantee. So it's different than a lot of products and services where it's like, I can't guarantee that if they coach with me that they're going to be on Netflix, right? But I can guarantee that if they work with me, they're going to be the best actor possible, which is going to in turn allow them the possibility of actually booking a Netflix show. But any acting coach that says, if you work with me, I promise you're going to be on a network show in 6 months, that's very scammy. And it's, that's not the type of business that I run, if that makes sense. So I think what they were doing wrong was pitching to actors the same way they would pitch to like normal consumers.
Okay.
And not understanding that we need to help the actor understand like why I'm the right coach for them, and it not seem so generic. Because I think that was the problem, is it was just kind of generic funnels. And that's why I'm saying, what do you think, like how would I be able to help us figure that out together about the way to enter in the cold and warm marketing, to tell them right away in a very succinct way what they want, like that this is what they're looking for. Because before it was just, it felt very generic, like, oh, you want to be an actor? Like, work with us. And it's just like, well, that's true, but like it's so basic, it doesn't really tell them what the value is of what they're getting. But then they would also get too complex in how they explained it, which made it feel like you're trying to convince them of the value of the thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. So
I'm
I'm curious your thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, what are you doing right now? I'm really interested in knowing, like, what are you doing right now just to get these actors and close them, like, make them as clients? If you have already worked with them, like, what are you doing right now that's actually working for you?
The things that actually work for me has been cold messaging on social media, like specifically Instagram, and honestly, mostly word of mouth. Like most of my clients find me now. I just want more of them. To be honest, I think that's the point for me, is that I don't know which route to take to bring in more clients than what I currently bring in. Because right now, I would probably say I get 2 new clients a month and I can basically do nothing. But I'd love it to be like 10. And they don't have to be new, but if I could have 10 ongoing actors in class or in membership every single month, that would be my goal.
And it's like, do you want the same actors from the same place, or just like from anywhere, basically?
For me, from anywhere. Ideally, the majority of them would be in Los Angeles and New York, but I also have found that there's a lot of success with actors from smaller markets who want to come to a bigger market like LA and New York. And I do think that that's where my strength could be, is helping prepare less experienced actors, not actors who've never done anything, but actors who already have a good understanding of what the business is, but need the help and the accountability of consistently working on their craft and consistently putting in that time and effort.
Okay. What about your website? Have you ever tried something with your website, the Authentic You website? Have you ever tried anything with it? Maybe pulling in leads, maybe taking leads onto the website, seeing if it converts and stuff like that?
I have a page where there's like the freebies. I don't know if I removed it. There was like a place where they could download a booking the room. No, see, I removed it. I used to have like a free information page where people could essentially subscribe and they could download a like how to book the room document, and it would capture their, but the thing is that most of them would do that and then they would unsubscribe from the email list because they just wanted the freebie.
Oh, so like right now, do you have the email list? Is it active? Does it have anyone in it?
I have a list of emails and I use it, periodically. And there are people, and I think I have, let me see, how many people do I have? It's like a manual list that I have. I have to look for it.
No worries. Take your time.
It's loading. There we go. Okay. So I have a list of about 100 people who are either existing clients or potential clients or people who regularly interact with my social media or who have attended a networking event that I've hosted. So there's about 100 people on the email list. But to be honest, like I haven't sent out a mass email to that trying to market in a long time because I just felt like it was a lot of time and effort and it wasn't really garnering many results. But I do have a list of about 100 emails in here.
Yeah, that's not actually bad. That's good.
Yeah, and like when I look at it, I recognize a lot of the names of people who've been, around, like interacting with the brand in some way, whether it's on social media or, like I said, attending an event that I've hosted, or even sometimes I do casting. So I often, whenever I get asked to cast a project, I always send it out so that they can see value in me as a coach as well, because I can create opportunity for them when I do cast, because I sometimes can offer them paid work when I do that. But that's not, I don't want to advertise that way necessarily, but anyone who's on the list will get those notices, like casting notice.
Yeah, actually, there's no problem. One more question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You got friends who are coaches, like in the acting niche, right?
I have a few friends who are also coaches, yes.
And how do they also get clients? Like, I just want to really niche down before I just suggest anything else, because I might suggest something, but data is the only king, right? We want to double down on exactly what works so we can get the most client out of it.
I actually don't know. I think the coaches that a couple coaches that I know, they work for a studio that's like a very established studio in Los Angeles. And the reason that I started coaching was because those studios all are, for lack of a better way of putting it, it's kind of a cookie cutter approach where they teach everybody the same thing. Whereas mine is a much more customizable approach. So a lot of my friends who are coaches either work for those studios, and then a couple of them who are just solo coaches, they've just been in the business longer than me. Like most of my friends who are coaches are probably twice my age. And I'm not sure how they get their clients, but I assume it's just similar to how I am now, where I put basically zero effort and I still get new clients on a regular basis.
On a regular basis.
So
yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. So I think for me, the reason that I wanted to still meet with you, and I appreciate that you were so diligent about continuing to follow up, because it's been a very
long time
and busy time for me, just personally and professionally, but is because I do think that like a funnel approach with consistent emailing, or a way to generate, like to pull more emails from a place that I just wouldn't know, would probably garner some results. Because realistically, the more clicks there are to my business on Google, right, the more interaction there is with my social media content, the more interaction there might be with my YouTube channel. There's videos on a YouTube channel that I created. I think there's 5 videos that I made like 2 or 3 years ago about information for actors, that anyone can access. The more interaction there is with that, the more, the algorithm can push my things out to actors looking for me. And then on top of that, like you'll find people in a way that I just don't know how, or don't have the patience to learn. So for me, I think the idea of the cold marketing, if you have access to a system that you can, it wasn't scrub, you said scratch? Scrape through to identify who falls in this category, is probably beneficial. I just don't know if that your system has that ability, to be honest, to isolate to individuals who are actually pursuing acting.
Yeah, it has that ability. It's just a software tool that where you can get data and names of people and their contact information, and like just pay for them so that you can get them, right? And then reach out to these people, seeing if they will be interested in whatever you have to offer. or if they will be interested in whatever you have to sell, right? And yeah, that's basically it. There's just like two tools, one for scraping it, so that one will be like Apollo, and then the second one is the one that you use to reach out to these people, right? It's basically simple. It sounds technical, but yeah, it's actually simple. But yeah, I really don't want to say anything, right? In terms of, I don't want to just like promise you anything right off the bat, but maybe just to say I want to do research, because before working with any client I want to do actual research so that I can be 100% sure on exactly what I'm going to deliver, or exactly if I can get you the results that you actually want, right?
Sure. And then maybe as a follow-up, would it be beneficial to you for me to send you the few, like I usually, when I've worked with people in the past, I've sent them like, these are the 3 core products, shall we say, of what you would want to try to be getting interest in. So there's like the conservatory package, the accountability program, and a basic scene study package. Those are like the 3 main things that I would focus on in the pricing, so that you can kind of gauge if that makes sense for you as well, in terms of the commission structure.
Yeah, there is no actual problem, but also I would need like more information, like if you have a doc about the business, about these kind of actors, like their age, maybe their names,
Wait,
like all those
Oh, a document of what?
of like it's basically maybe a document, or you can send me a video or anything like that, right? Just talking exactly about who these people are, like the actors that you're reaching out to, maybe their age, probably maybe where they live, or probably who these people are, what they go through, things like that. Just simple. I can send you a draft that you can just use to
Sure.
write everything on.
Okay. Can you send it? I'm going to drop the email in the chat for my business email, so it
Okay.
doesn't. Okay. Just put the email in the chat, just because I keep all my business stuff in there, and then I can make sure I don't lose it in my personal email.
Okay, I will send everything in there, and then yeah, I will let you know.
Okay.
By
so-
tomorrow, everything will be fine. I think with the research and all that, I will just send you all the information so that you can actually let me know what you think.
okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I look forward to, it's always good for me to kind of hone in on this too, because it helps me stay on track as well. So yeah, I hope that it makes sense for both of us.
Yeah, it actually makes sense. Do you have any questions? Any questions at all?
Right now, I guess no. We'll do follow up once you feel like
Okay.
you have more of like how you'd like to approach it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I guess, where are you based?
Based in terms of where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I live in, right now I'm in Tanzania. Do you know Tanzania?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, in Tanzania. It's probably in East Africa right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have a friend here who's from South Africa.
South Africa.
Not the same, but
Yeah.
okay. So what time is it where you are?
It's probably around 6. Like, yeah, 6.
6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Dang, you up early.
Yeah, I mean, I usually sleep during the day and wake up during the night so I can work, because a lot of my clients, basically, they work on a different time zone. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I respect the hustle, man.
I mean, it's good. It's all good.
So I guess then the only question would be is, how would payment work for you, since I would be compensating you through a different country? Would it be like PayPal?
I mean, I have an account from the US, so probably I can send you that and you can do that.
Okay, cool. So I could do like a Zelle to that account, like a
Yeah, like
direct
probably
deposit.
I can send you the details and like a direct deposit on a bank.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and thanks for getting up so early. We could have totally had this meeting a little bit later in your time zone.
That
I'm
is not
very,
a
very
problem.
flexible. So with my coaching, that's what, like, everything I like to be flexible for my clients. So I also like to be flexible for the people that I work alongside. So never feel like you can't tell me. Be like, hey, can it be like between this window because I want to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Talk soon.
Talk soon. Bye. Bye.